Hi guys, Matt Barkas, CEO of ISN Precious Metals, and today I want to talk about the myth of the cheapest price. Okay, um, trying to be the best price everywhere out there is usually a failing model. That's where you're going to find perhaps the most competition, and that's where you're going to see people making the least profits and companies that just don't make it. 9 out of 10 businesses fail. In the first 5 years, and then out of the remaining ones, 9 out of 10 of those fail within the 10-year period. So that's 99% of businesses failing in 10 years. And the reason I think that is because so many people are so focused on the price. Let's just think for a minute here, when you think about buying something, there are times we think about the price, and then there's other times we don't think about the price. Why is that? Are we double-minded, or is it because of the marketing? Think about that for a minute. I used to always operate with a PC. I switched to buying a Mac. Now the Mac cost twice as much as the PC did, but I like the Mac better because of what I can do with it. I like the feel of it, and I think it's kind of one of those things where people just kind of have a tendency to be familiar with something and into that marketing. They like what it stands for. It may not even make sense, but people buy it. So we do it all the time, and yet at the same time, I might look for the cheapest product in the grocery store when I'm trying to get like this loaf of bread or that loaf of bread. Maybe I don't really care, so I grab the cheapest one. So it always depends on that. But having the cheapest price is not the only way to be in business and be successful. That is a myth. There's a few companies that have been successful doing it. Like I mentioned, Walmart is definitely one of them, but it's one of the few. So trying to beat that is basically like a one-dimensional thinking. It's like playing checkers versus chess. Checkers, you got one move, one direction that you're making, right? In chess, there's all kinds of different moves depending on what, different things you're doing. Price being that one-dimensional way of thinking, you're missing out on so many other important things such as value and meeting the needs of other people. That's more important than the price. So looking and focusing on those things first will help you in any business endeavor that you're in. And when you think of chess and things moving more, let's think about some of the pieces. So, the king is basically like your execution to help others. When you're others focused, you need to have a plan of execution, and that plan of execution is a process. Okay, so that'd be like the king. The queen is like your marketing for your business. Very important. To be able to know how to market and how you should market. The bishop is basically like customer service. You need to not provide good customer service. You need to provide excellent customer service. You need to be there and exceed what their expectations are. The knight is basically your products. What are you offering to the market? And the rook is the people that are working there. And then the pawn is like your ideas for the business. Okay, and we oftentimes put so much emphasis on the ideas, and people are like, oh, I have this is the next greatest idea that's ever going to happen this is the next greatest idea for an app or whatever it may be, and it may not come to fruition. Sometimes some of the dumbest things make the most money. So the next great idea is a good start, but it's not that valuable. It's not as valuable as basically putting the entire package together. What is your end value? Not price. What is the end value? Okay, so you're willing to pay more, kind of like a vehicle. Whatever the vehicle has, they have the cheapest one, and then they have the most expensive one. It depends on what the different options in the vehicle are valuable to you. That's what makes you pay a different price. So when you're looking at all these different parts, probably the most important part is the execution, the king, and that's because the execution is the process. And almost everything else is just an event. It's kind of like an outcome of the process. So it's very important to have that value and to create execution to accomplish what it is you're trying to do to help people. Not help yourself, to help people. And when you do that, you're providing a need that is being fulfilled, that people are looking for, and you create success for others and for yourself. The more people you can help them have success in everyday life, then the more success you're going to have as well. So hopefully, again, that's something helpful, and we'll keep these coming, just different ideas that pop off in my head, and want to keep sharing them as we go through. So thanks, and have a wonderful day.